Updating the LightX2V-Moe model from image to video, which also represents an update to the personal extreme cost-effectiveness image to video process. This model feels like it can achieve results in just 4 to 6 steps that would normally take 20 steps with the original model. This might also be because when creating image to video content, we input a single image at a time, so the difference between fast and slow generation isn't as significant as when directly generating video from images. Then we take a look at the workflow, which uses the largest online high-resolution platform in the world, RunningHub. This process is an adaptation of the image-to-video workflow from V3, focusing on extreme cost-effectiveness. The low-noise model is directly connected to the NIX model. The NIX model is based on 0.2% noise level. A low-noise model at 0.22% would be closer to the 0.2% one. The LightX2V model for the Quest videos hasn't been updated online yet. Once it's updated, we can just manually load it. For a normal quick start, we need to load images, set up prompts, and video dimensions. That's all. The video dimensions include resolution and frame rate. The resolution must be a multiple of 128. Because we're using radial attention here, if we want to generate a 720p resolution, the closest value would be 768 multiplied by 1152. This high noise model incorporates several acceleration models and is basically consistent with version V3. The 2.2 acceleration model, the 2.1 acceleration model, the pulsar model, and the echo enhancement model MPS. For low noise, use HPS. For high noise, there's no embedded Linux to maintain consistent face tracking, but it can still work and run normally. I chose near low noise to ensure ID consistency in Linux. In terms of steps, it takes 4 steps, which is 2 fewer than the previous version I had. Originally, it was 6 steps, so this version is faster overall. The first 2 steps are high noise, and the next 2 are low noise. If the high noise moves 1 step forward, the low noise would have to move 3 steps, which is completely not recommended. Personally, I don't think it means much. That's a real model, or in other words, it uses an accelerated LoRA. If you want to do reverse here, you need to use that one for it to take effect. You can download the model from this project, navigate to AI in RunningHub, or click the link provided in the introduction. Registration will give you 1200 HB, and logging in daily will reward you with 100 points. The corresponding AI workflow and one-click AI applications have been deployed online and can now be run and tested online. Then let's look at the experience with parameter tuning and comparative tests. All 4 results were acceptable. In contrast, the original model performed poorly and changed gender later on. The results were pretty average, not really standing out much. But I say that if we get a model or a flow that even Thomas can complete, then we should delete that model or flow. Its understanding ability and dynamics are just too poor. When we do the next test later, the difference will become clear. So this is a classical style character, and I want to use it to dance ballet. The result on the top left was achieved using the Extreme Cost Effectiveness version 3, which uses the official model along with some acceleration and enhancement models. The outcome is still the best. The second best result is today's updated model, where image-to-video generation shows little difference between accelerated and non-accelerated outcomes. Why do you come to this conclusion? Because the last result was for my single test. It simply applied our updated model today without connecting any LoRA models, and the results were very close to what I got in 20 steps. Finally, I came up with an idea to fully utilize our gains on top of the ultimate cost performance V3 base. By simply switching the large model, we can achieve a dynamic result of 720p in just 4 steps. I will verify this again later. So this stream is the one I just introduced, and after switching to the large model, it becomes version V4. The version where an individual has conversed with ChatGPT thousands of times on prompts makes this Thomas full selection test the most challenging performance test available. Once it can flip upside down, it's considered a qualified model. What about the final test? The final test is a wall climbing test. Should we compare the left upper or left lower one? Using the newly released model with gain, we can achieve an authentic sound. Alternatively, if we don't use the new model and instead go with the official V3 version, it also works well. Then if they are combined, dynamics will be achieved. Ultimate enhancement, that's my personal conclusion. Sometimes even a slight hint in our input can be very clear. The face similarity in image-to-video generation is inevitable. Besides taking on NIX, you can also do face swaps. Face swapping isn't possible, so in the end, we train LoRA. So most of the time, this channel shares open source models and projects, but closed source models are where RunningHub really shines. He brought down the prices of many popular models like video. Some models like Culling and Wansheng have specifications that are even lower than the officially announced prices. The more you use it, the more you realize that saving up bit by bit really saves money in the long run.